Hi, my name's Dave Underhill. I'm on the BUV Church Health and Capacity Building team, and today again I just want to have a look at some of the stuff on the National Church Life Survey website. This is an amazing website. It's got a ton of resources about research of spirituality in Australia and churches in Australia, and then a whole lot of tools on planning and how your church can go about planning for the future. But today I just want to look again at the survey and some of the results from the survey and how to understand them. So you probably got your survey in front of you if you're interested in this. Just open it up at where it's got the what your church hopes for and values, and just to have a read of this and understand what this information is telling us and how you might use it. So in terms of the overview of the church, it's saying that in this church, and again we've got Community Church Churchville, that's a fictitious one, the aspect most hoped for by adult attenders in the church, firstly, is encouraging people's gifts. Now if you go down here and just have a look at that on the scale where it's got all the percentages, here it is here. So you come over here, 38% of the congregation is saying that they'd like to see people's gifts encouraged being used. Now, when you look at this here, from 2006, it looks like you've grown as a church in that area, well this church, because they've got 2% of people who are kind of saying that no, it's not an issue for them now, so obviously they've grown. But the interesting thing is to look here and see in your region, 35% of people in congregations across the region are saying this. So you can kind of pick up on that. That's actually a general trend in churches, that lots of people are looking to use their gifts and their abilities and their talents within the church community. So it's quite a significant thing then, and if you want to think about this from a sociological perspective and a cultural perspective, there's probably been a shift where people were happy to just come to church, get taught the word, or come to church, go through the service and go home, whereas now people want to actually contribute in some significant way. So it's using this information then, so okay, as a church, seeing as we've got 38%, so that that's quite a significant group of people who are saying this, then you might want to focus on that in your planning. How can we as a church leadership encourage people to use their gifts within the church? And it might not just be within the church, it might be recognizing people's gifts that they're using out in their workplace, in the community, in their families, and recognizing those gifts as contributing to the mission of the church and building the kingdom of God. So you can see that that's the big one. Then you've got strong communities, nurturing worship, and including new people. And again, you work through the process the same way, looking at where the church is at the moment, where it was in 2006, and what's happening in the region. So if we look down here, this one's interesting where it says worship services that are nurturing to people's faith. And you see here that that's number 3 on the hope for things in this church. But it has been a significant improvement in the church. So that's a real encouragement. You'd want to look at that and go, wow, that's a great encouragement, because 44% of people in 2006 saw that as a big need. And so you can be encouraged, and then 29% of the region. So there's lots of people who feel like this is an important issue. That's how you might use that. Then this thing here about what aspects of the church are most valued. Again, preaching and Bible teaching is the highest one. Now, if you come down here and you have a look, there it is, sermons, preaching and Bible teaching. So more than half the congregation see that as a really valuable thing. Now, when you look at the details here, that's a significant change from 2006. So either the church has really taken on the Bible as a really important aspect where it didn't once have that, or a fair few people have come into the church who really value that. Now, interestingly, in your region, or in the region of this church, it says 62%. So as a trend in that area, then generally people are interested in sermons and preaching and Bible teaching. So you might want to look at that and go, okay, well, that's what people value about this church, so we don't want to lose that aspect of what we're doing as we go about planning for the future and changing things. And so again, you just look down the list and you can see here traditional worship, sharing the Holy Communion, and start to evaluate where the church is at and where you need to invest to see the church go forward, and always against the backdrop of what's the vision of the church and ownership of that vision by the congregation. Anyway, again, if you want to get more help with this stuff, ring the NCLS guys or give the Baptist Union Victoria a call and ask for someone on the church health and capacity building team. Anyway, thanks a lot. God bless.